Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel for an exclusive look at my collection here. But before we get going with the collection and a special tour of that, I want to introduce you to the biggest point of my collection. I'm going to actually switch the phone here, right here, and show you the most important piece of my collection. Obviously our little daughter Cinnamon, but the most important thing in my entire life is my wonderful wife, Amy. And I just wanted to ask you one real quick question. What is your favorite Star Wars movie?
Return of the Jedi. I have to pick mine.
Okay, Return of the Jedi. And what is the reason you like that one?
Because of the Ewoks and Jabba the Hutt and Cindy.
See, this is why she is the best in the entire world, and this whole thing is all because of her. So now, without further ado, let me show you the collection. Well, I'm going to see if I can't do this in one take. I'm going to try to show you each shelf and what we have, but this is my collection room. And as you can see, we have the original 6 Star Wars trilogy, or saga posters rather, on the wall, because Star Wars is my pride and joy. That's what I grew up with. As you remember, those are the first figures that I ever had that I first started collecting. So I wanted to make sure that they had a focal point here in my collection. And unfortunately, Star Wars is in a little bit of a flux, I suppose, with the fan base and everything that's going on with it. Not a big fan of the new movies, as we'll talk about. But let's start here at the very, very beginning, and I'll show you a couple of the things that I have. Right under Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, we have a couple special Hot Toys. We have Yondu, and we have Groot, life-size from Hot Toys. Now, I love these pieces here, specifically Yondu. That was one of my grails that I always wanted to have, and thanks to the toy department and my mother helping pick it up, I was able to add this one to the collection, and I absolutely love it. This life-size Groot is something I've always wanted as well, and I was able to get that for a good price on eBay. Now, you'll see throughout the collection is that we have a bunch of these Disney Infinity figures. Now, this is one of the greatest games I thought that ever came out, and it was brilliant marketing strategy. You had a really cool game, and you had these amazing figures, so you collected those, and then whenever you wanted to play as that figure, you just threw it on the base, and that's what you got to play with. And I was really sad that we had to do away with Disney Infinity. I thought it was a brilliant platform. I have all of them, as you'll see here in just a few minutes, but unfortunately that's the end of that, but I have all those figures. So right here we have my other favorite TV show. We have South Park from the Stick of Truth. I have all of the versions of the characters. We have the Warrior, Paladin, Butters, Grand Wizard, Cartman. Really cool stuff. I really loved those. There's another Disney Infinity Black Panther, and it fits here with our Marvel Legends Wakanda line, if you want to call it that. We have T'Challa, we have T'Chaka, we have Shuri, pretty much all of those, as well as the old Walmart exclusive Black Panther and the M'Baku Build-A-Figure. My absolute favorite TV show is Breaking Bad. As you can see here, I have a couple of the bobbleheads. I think that's actually a Mezco down there. I forget actually who created that. And then a couple of the plushies. I think that's from Mezco as well. I don't remember. So I love Breaking Bad. I'm excited about the new Jesse Pinkman, El Camino, I think is what it's called, TV show coming out on Netflix. Now, I usually used to have around probably 60 or 70 Funko Pops. These are the only ones I have left. I have the Marvel exclusive Venom and Deadpool on a unicorn. These are special gifts from my sister-in-law. When I sold all my Pops to get my first Hot Toys, these were the only 2 that stayed because they're sentimental value. So things amp up quite a bit once we start getting to these other shelves here. And we have Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. And underneath here, we have some of my first Hot Toys, and that being Deadpool from Hot Toys. Love this figure. This is the one that got me stuck in the rut of buying these things. There's just something special about these 6-scale collections, and I'm really happy that I was able to add this one to it. Very special, love that one. Got the entire, I think it's the Legacy collection from Power Rangers. I actually just got these the other day. GameStop was running a $5 figure sale, so I was able to pick those up. Real excited about those. But right here is the Lightning collection, and I could not be more excited for this line as it continues to build out. You know, you got the White Ranger, you got the Green Ranger, and Lord Zed. That's one of my favorite figures in the entire collection, and the putty is awesome as well. Excited to see what else comes from that. I do have Goldar on pre-order from GameStop. And right here is a Toys Era Cable. This is a third-party 6-scale figure and one of my favorites in the collection. I was able to grab this one from Toy Department when I got Yondu at the same time. Thanks again, Mom. Thanks again, Toy Department. So this is a wonderful likeness, as you can see. Looks just like Josh Brolin. I've done some toy photography with this one. This one's fantastic. Excited to have picked that up. Only Marvel Legend on this shelf is Moon Knight, and I'm real excited for that TV series coming out on Disney+. This is not an ad for it, but I'm excited for it nonetheless. So you got your Power Rangers, got a couple Hot Toys down here. So here is a random shelf of figures I don't really care about, unfortunately. So whenever I happen to buy a bunch of Marvel Legends, they always come with people in the wave that I don't really care about. That's what this shelf is for. You got the Guardian in the back, one of the harder to find ones from the Apocalypse wave. You have Malekith, you have Living Laser, I think, the Loki, infamous Doctor Doom, Black Knight, Rock Python, that's a solid one. The only one that I really like is actually Hercules. I think that'll be cool. Hopefully that plays out into the Eternals movie coming soon. But not a big fan of this shelf. It's just kind of the extra people in the wave, and that's where they come down to. There's a couple more Disney Infinity figures. We have Yondu and we have Loki. Now, I am not an in-box collector by any means, but some of the rarer figures or some of the exclusive, I do keep their boxes for. Don't really know why, don't really know how long I'll keep them, but I do have the boxes to a couple of them that you'll see here. But I do have more Disney Infinity. I have, I think that is Big Hero 6. I forget what that one is, but Adam Warlock. I have the Quantum suits from Avengers Endgame. Was able to get that 2-pack, just threw a couple of the extra heads on that one. And one of my favorite figures in the collection, Beta Ray Bill. I love this one. This one's fantastic. Hope to see him in the next Thor movie. Now down here, I have these 2-packs that I've not even opened. Don't really have a reason as to why, but I have the AIM 2-pack and I have the old Ant-Man and the Wasp 2-pack, as well as more Disney Infinity figures. You guessed it. We have the Monsters Inc. We have Inside Out, I think that is. Incredibles, and obviously Davy Jones. And I forgot to show you down here, these are just a couple of the other extra boxes. A Tiger Woods bobblehead, and then this is a special thing that my dad gave me before he passed away. It's just a Tigger bobblehead from Walt Disney World, and that one means something to me, so I wanted to keep that one. So there's a great part of the collection, but here's where things start getting crazy and some of the things I'm most happy about. So I was able to get these bookcases, and as you can see, we went ahead and put some LED lights in there to kind of keep them lit up and kind of display some of the special pieces in the collection. And I know that there's a lot of things in here. I'm just going to kind of touch on the highlights. This is going to be out of order, but I totally forgot to show the X-Force line that we have here at the top of this bookcase. We do have Enfys Nest back there from Black Series. We have another of the Iron Man Mark 50s. But we have Deadpool and the X-Force up here, and the Wendigo Wave, which I thought was really well done. So didn't want to skip out on showing the X-Force Wave. Now back to your regular schedule of programming. These are your Marvel Legends, the MCU line, the MCU heroes specifically. I do have all your Guardians back there. That is the Evolutions Groot, the Toys R Us exclusive. I do have Yondu there. Most of the Far From Home wave, I believe. There's Night Monkey. There's the Far From Home Peter Parker. There's the Homecoming Spider-Man. I do have your Captain Americas. I have your Korg and Grandmaster 2-pack. I do have the Hulk and Hulkbuster. Your Vision and Wanda 2-pack. I do have Iron Spider hiding back there. This is the first 10 years Iron Man from the first Avengers. And I was able to find Binary Captain Marvel. That was cool just the other day, so I was glad to add that to the collection. Thor stands on top there. This is the Captain America from the Civil War 2-pack that comes with crossbones. I have yet to find worthy Captain America, so if anyone has one and wants to trade, let me know. Moving down here, we have probably one of my top figures in the collection, Hot Toys Thanos. This thing is absolutely amazing, one of my favorites. You can just see by the size itself, absolutely imposing figure. This thing is a beast. I do have the gauntlet, was able to pick that up. I love this thing. So this is kind of my Thanos shelf, if you want to call it that. Got all the Black Order down to Ebony Maw, got Cole Obsidian, Proxima Midnight, and obviously Corvus Glaive, and the Build-A-Figure Thanos, which I absolutely love, and Thor is just randomly sitting there. There's the Build-A-Figure Hulk from Endgame Wave, and a little bit of an Easter egg for you Seinfeld fans out there. If you know what this is from, go ahead and let me know down in the comments. Down here is the MCU Legends Villains shelf, and I have quite a few of those as well. We have Ultron, we have Mysterio, you can see Ego in the back, the original Build-A-Figure Thanos, Ronin, Hela from the 2-pack with Scourge, the Star Force, Mandarin, Claw. Now, one thing I like about this is the Build-A-Figure Molten Man is if you put him behind the LEDs, you can kind of see the glow, which I think is kind of cool. Really like that once I put it behind there. The camera doesn't do it justice, but really cool. As I said, I'm not an inbox collector, but for some reason these have never been opened. I do have the original Hela from the Hulk line, Gladiator Hulk, and I do have Ares. These are kind of two of the harder to find ones. For some reason I've just never opened them up. Don't have a real good reason behind it, but that is your MCU Villains shelf. Now right here is where I keep all my accessories. I have a special tackle box for all my Hot Toys and 6-scale figure accessories, and then a big tackle box for all the Marvel Legends. If that's what you like to do to make sure your stuff stays normal and in shape, that is a good thing to do, and that way you don't lose anything. So pretty cool. That's what I do with that. So moving on, we have Revenge of the Sith, one of the best of the prequels. And this is a little bit of an homage to that. We have Hot Toys Obi-Wan Kenobi, Hot Toys Dark Side Anakin Skywalker. This is one of my favorite figures in my entire collection. I love Anakin, I love Darth Vader. He's my favorite character in all of film, and all of movies, all of stories. These are awesome. I love Anakin, I love that. There's your Disney Infinity Anakin, as well as my third and final pop, Dark Side Anakin Skywalker. You have your Kingpin from Marvel Legends, Build-A-Figure, and then obviously a Disney Infinity Obi-Wan Kenobi, and a vintage Ewok cup that a friend got me for my birthday last year. So this starts the Spider-Man shelf down here, and as I said, no rhyme or reason as to why this is in a package, but I do have the Hobgoblin. I probably need to open that up eventually, but I do have Hobgoblin back there. One of the harder to find ones. I do have the entire Build-A-Figure Rhino Wave. Very sought after, and I'm very fortunate to have that. Scarlet Spider Chameleon. As you can see, I do have the Greenhead Mysterio. I ordered that wave off of Amazon before everything came out, and I got a green one, and very thankful for that. But there is Ghost Rider, there's Kraven, there is Carnage, Build-A-Figure Lizard, Hydro Man, and Scorpion, which is one of my favorites from the most recent wave, and obviously the PS4 Spidey and Venom. Moving down here is more of the symbiote shelf, if you want to call it that. And there's Green Goblin. Like I said, don't know why he's not unboxed. Maybe I'll do that later this week. But I do have Green Goblin there, Spider-Man Noir, Monster Venom, Silver Sable, Puma, Doppelganger, Eddie Brock, pretty much all the symbiotes that you have, Spider-Ham, things like that. And I do have, like I said, a couple of the boxes from especially the Rhino Wave, just because I know how valuable those are. I don't ever plan on selling them, but just nice to have them around. And Disney Infinity, the Sasquatch Build-A-Figure. No real rhyme or reason, just didn't have room to put it anywhere else. So now we have the original Star Wars trilogy poster, A New Hope, what started it all. And I have my Hot Toys Thor from Infinity War. I have Doctor Strange, which I think is one of the best Hot Toys. Tell me that's not an amazing sculpt on old Benedict Cumberbatch there. I love this one. Got a Father's Day card from Cinnamon. And here we have the Marvel Legends 80th anniversaries of of Thor, Iron Man, and Captain America. This Captain America is fantastic. That Thanos is the Walmart exclusive. And then, if you remember, on the toy hunt, I was able to get the entire Mandroid wave the other day from Pendragon Toys, and this was part of that. And I'll show you that rest of that wave in a minute, but those are Captain America and 2 AIM soldiers, or Hydra soldiers rather. But as I said, I grew up with Star Wars. You can look around and see that means a lot to me, but I'm not real thrilled with the direction of Star Wars, and you can see it by its representation down here. And this isn't a sermon about what's going on with Star Wars and what's not right, but I'm a classic trilogy person, not a big fan of the sequels, as you can see. I do have our Black Series, Krennic, some of the other ones down here, Tarkin, I got General Veers, Admiral Piet, got the Darth Maul Disney Infinity, Darth Vader Disney Infinity. Yes, Kylo is sitting there. I know that he is from the sequel trilogy, but I had him posed up and I just recently took a photo of him for my toy photography page. Down here we have more of the classic trilogy characters. We have all the Leias, we have Bouche, we have Darth Maul, Anakin, Darth Revan in the back, the new Yoda, Padme, that terrible Luke Skywalker all the way back there, old Lando. And this is where I've kind of relegated the sequel trilogy characters to be, just because I'm not invested in any of them, unfortunately. But there's Kylo, there's a couple people from Solo, as well as Sabine and Kanan from Rebels. Now this is one of my favorite pieces as well. I have this Legacy AT-AT Walker. My wife Amy got this for me for my birthday. Last year. She worked with Toy Department to figure this out, and she had this, she worked with my mom and hid it, snuck it down here, and gave it to me for my birthday. I love this piece, could not be more thrilled with it. Absolute monster, and love that piece so much. And I love her, if you can't tell. But the Empire Strikes Back poster. We have more Disney Infinity figures. Sting is my favorite wrestler. My nephew gave that to me a couple years ago, and very happy to have that. Here is my sequel trilogy. I do have Luke, Rey, a couple troopers, Phasma, whatever. I do have my Heir to the Empire trilogy, which I think the trilogy should have been, and for Seinfeld fans, there you go. Big Braves fan. I do have my McFarlane John Smoltz and John Smoltz autograph, as well as Greg Maddux and this bear my dad gave me when we went to a Braves game a long time ago. And take 2, forgot to charge my phone, so we're back at it again. Here we have the Apocalypse Build-A-Figure. We have the Stormtrooper on Dewback and a Sakatano. Have a little bit of a Rogue One shelf kind of thing going on here, as well as one of the books, and a couple of these boxes that keep a lot of my guitar cables and different things like that in there. I love these shelves, by the way. Up here we have our Hot Toys Emperor Palpatine. Very, very good sculpt, and you may have noticed that in the most recent Rise of Skywalker promotional poster. We have the Hot Toys Luke Skywalker, Jedi Knight. Sorry for the bad lighting. More cards. I do have this 3D printed gold Yoda Buddha that my sister got me, which I think is kind of cool. More Disney Infinity, the BB-8, and I think I showed you these Disney Infinity figures right there, as well as the Empire Strikes Back poster and Return of the Jedi completing the saga. Now here is 2 of my favorite cases, as you can see by the LED lights. I'll just go ahead and start at the top. We have the Black Series Gamorrean Guard. We have a Black Series Rancor from the 3 3/4 line. General Grievous, we have Snoke, Rita Durant, another Pez, some battle droids. Was a huge Game of Thrones fan, read the books. Wasn't thrilled with the outcome of the TV show, but I still have my Night King and Daenerys Funko Pops, so I guess I do have a couple other Funko Pops. Love the box art on the Hot Toys Darth Maul. Wanted to throw that up there. as well as a couple of my shore troopers. I ended up getting these for when I went on vacation on a cruise a couple years ago. I had some issues with Amazon. They kept sending me extra ones, so I can't complain about that. So that was kind of cool. But here is one of my favorite shelves, the X-Men shelf, as well as Galactus. We're gonna throw him in there too. But these are my most recent pickups. I was able to get those when I was in Ohio at the toy department, as you saw on my most recent video. These were some grails I was looking to acquire from the original Toy Biz line. These are absolutely phenomenal. They don't make Build-A-Figures like this anymore, and I was so thrilled to be able to add both or all three of these to my collection. So here is going to be your standard X-Men team. You have Gambit, Caliban, got, this is the Colossus and Juggernaut 2-pack. I have the Juggernaut Build-A-Figure as well as the one from the 2-pack. I put the head on this one because I like that open head sculpt on that, but that's the actual Build-A-Figure from the Juggernaut wave. But here's the actual one from the 2-pack. You got Kitty Pryde, there's Rogue. I know that's a very highly sought after figure. Happy to have that one. Got Storm. I went ahead and head swapped this from the Weapon X Wolverine because I like that look a little bit better. Got Nightcrawler, Professor X, Jean Grey, the brown suit Wolverine. Was able to grab that at Pendragon Toys at cost. That was the last piece I was needing from the Juggernaut Build-A-Figure wave. I bought the head separately, but now I'm glad to have that one. I'm going to keep going across here. I do have these. As I said, I don't know why they are in box, but I got them this way and I never took them out. I know Cyclops is a little bit harder to come by, so I can keep him in there, and then obviously the other Colossus. But there is the Juggernaut, there is Mystique, we have Magic, we have Blink, and obviously one of my favorites, we have the Dark Phoenix 2-pack. See if I can't get that without the light in the way. Sorry about that. And a few of the others from the Marvel Legends line, Silver Samurai. Shifting back over here, I have my Hot Toys Darth Maul, one of my favorite figures in the collection. Loved that. It does come with a little probe droid. Have some more Black Series figures down here. Darth Vader Cup, Patrol Trooper, Darth Maul, and obviously Hot Toys Empire Strikes Back Darth Vader, one of my favorite pieces in the collection, as I'm a huge Darth Vader Anakin Skywalker fan. Down here we have a Clone Trooper helmet, as well as two clones from the Black Series. And what do you know, Hot Toys Count Dooku just recently came in just a couple days ago. Love this figure. Still trying to figure out the best angles for him on the photography page. And if you're not done so, make sure to click the link that is right there. Got a stuffed Darth Vader down there. And then just a couple other extra boxes. But I did want to show you this, which I'm kind of happy about. This are my Star Wars Decipher Star Wars customizable card game. I have the entire set. I have these in these binders, as well as I still have some of them in there. I haven't put them in binders yet. I haven't got around to that. But I have the entire Premiere, I have New Hope, Hoth, Bespin, all of them. So this is one of my favorite things. I don't know if you guys ever liked this or not, but these are fantastic. I love this. This was one of my favorite things growing up. Before there was any other Star Wars merchandise, there were Star Wars cards from Decipher. So really excited to have those highlight of my collection. But I do have over here my Bounty Hunter shelf. I have the Black Series Bounty Hunters, have all of those, as well as a Disney Infinity Boba Fett right there, and Random Jawa and Jango. And I do have a Hot Toys Patrol Trooper, Hot Toys Boba Fett, and then right down back there you can see the original, not the archive line, but the original Bosk and the original IG-88 from the Star Wars Black Series. And this is a really cool piece I'm happy about. This is obviously a Boba Fett helmet signed by the original actor, Jeremy Bulloch. It says he's no good to me dead, Jeremy Bulloch, Boba Fett. So that is a really nice piece that I'm really thankful to have. And one of the coolest shelves I have here, and wrapping things up, is my Iron Man Mandroid shelf. Started off with the Hot Toys Tony Stark Iron Man Mark IV from Iron Man Mark II. Love this figure right here, one of the best. If you have a Hot Toys diecast figure, you know exactly what I'm talking about. They just do not make things quite like this. and it is quite one of the standouts. But as I said, at Pendragon, I was able to get the Mandroid line Build-A-Figure Wave. Got the entire thing under retail, and one of the highlights from that are these right here. We have World War II Captain America. He didn't come with a Build-A-Figure piece, and it is one of the older lines, so I just went ahead and kept that in the box. It looks kind of cool together with it. But I do have the, see if I can get it to where you can't see it with the lights, but that is the Iron Man 3-pack from the 10-year anniversary. That is the Hot Rod. We have Pepper Potts, as you can see, and I believe that's the Mark 43. There's Iron Man Mark 1. There is Bucky, Winter Soldier, as well as Civil War Stealth Suit Captain America. This may be my favorite Legend in my entire collection. I love this thing. Was able to get that from the Mandroid line. Most recently took a picture with both of those on the toy count page. Make sure to check that out. This is the Iron Man Mark 50 from Infinity War. Came with the 2-pack from Target. Pretty cool. Love the accessories it comes with. We have War Machine from Endgame, as well as Rocket Raccoon being on there, trying to reenact that scene, as well as Rescue, Miss Pepper Potts, as well as Black Widow from the Mandroid line. I think one of the best Black Widow figures out there, and of course Iron Spider. And then I just have a couple other boxes from the collection. So that's it, other than a couple, I do have my last little bit of Disney Infinity figures here and there, and one giant Darth Vader that I had for quite some time. And then I just sit here and watch movies, play games, whatever it is you gotta do. You got your Switch, you got your PlayStation, but that's it. This is the collection, and it's growing, always expanding, and who knows what the next collection video will have in it. Here's my final thoughts coming up. Well, if you made it this far, I want to thank you so much for checking out my collection. As I said, I started this is a modern collection about 3 or 4 years ago, once I finally kind of got myself back on my feet after some life changes. But I love collecting. That's something that's always been important to me. And I love, as I started off my video with, showing you my wife, who's been one of my biggest supporters in everything, and she loves this collection as well and allows me to do these things and be the big nerd that I am. And I haven't said this in quite a while. If you've not yet subscribed to this channel, make sure to do so. We try to put out as much content as we can, try to put some good stuff out there. But thank you so much for enjoying this ride with me. Hope you liked it. If there's something that you liked and you said, hey, show me a little bit more about that, perhaps I'll do a review on that in the next video. But leave me a comment down below. Let me know you made it this far. Make sure to subscribe, share this with everyone, and I will see you in our next video coming very soon.